Today's letter is Ayin, and it's a picture of the eye. Most of what we learn comes through the eyes, and in Hebrew, the letter Ayin is used to mean knowledge, understanding, to see, and to perceive. As with most of the original Hebrew letters, Ayin has a good side and a not so good side. We'll start off in the garden, where good meets evil. Man, Adam, was originally created good. Before he ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, good is all he knew. The word for good in Hebrew is tov. We talked about the word tov in our Tet episode, and how it's a picture of that which is worthy to be kept in God's house. Only the good can stay with God, and that's why in order for you to dwell in his kingdom, he must dwell in you. Because as Yeshua said, only God is good. So man started out Tov, able to live forever in God's presence. In comes Nahash, the serpent, who entices man to disobey God, to think for themselves, to do what was right in their own eyes, to do Ra. This is evil as God sees it. Resh, Ayin, Ra. By the letters, evil is a picture of man doing what is right in his own eyes. And this is not good. A lot of scriptures come to mind looking at this word. One of them is, "Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from Ra." Man doing what is right in his own eyes ultimately destroys himself. So, Father tells those of us who want to live, don't do evil. Don't follow your own eyes. Take counsel from his eye instead. He says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my Ayin. So his eye, not ours, should lead the way.
Ayin. And how is this spelled in Paleo?
It's spelled, the first letter is the Ayin.
Ayin.
The second letter is Yod. And Nahash.
Nahash, everyone's favorite. Ayin, Yod, Nahash. An I.
An I. So the spelling in Paleo of the word itself for Ayin is interesting because it shows what the function is of the eye.
Let's take a look, the pictograph.
So the first letter is the Ayin, which is the eye itself.
And then second letter.
Second letter is the Yod, and that's
which is
the picture of the arm. So the letter Yod in Hebrew words is often used to mean to make, to create, to do things.
To help.
To work, to help. The same as, the way that you use your arm today. You use it to work and do things. And the Nahash is used often to...
It reflects.
Yes.
Very reflective.
Yes.
Nahash.
So if you think about the scientific function of the eye and how it's used to process light that gets reflected, it's an amazing
word. It's a perfect
word.
description.
It's a perfect description. Yeah.
Anything that reflects, we see. So yes.
You can tell by this word that the creator of the eye, of the Ayin, made this language.
Yes. It's an eye, and it gets help from light. So, perfect Paleo description of an eye. Now, we also see that it's used for many different things here. If you want to put a sign for thinking, draw an eye.
Yeah. It's also used to mean eye, to mean sight, and also seem, which is kind of a way of saying to perceive. It seems like, to me, it appears like, to me, yes.
Seems like.
Yeah. It's used for pleasing and also displeasing. So again, the
It
way
was
things are
pleasing
perceived.
unto the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that surprised me is fountain.
Fountain, yes.
The eye of a fountain, and to them it isn't just a fountain; it's the eye of the fountain that counts because it can get polluted the water really quick. The eye of the spring is the most important part, where you get the pure water. So here's a little use of the word Ayin. I walked, and as I turned, I saw what looked
Ayin.
something as unto
Ayin.
a bull, and the color thereof
Ayin.
was unto jasper. Now let's go over that. What was the first one?
So you saw something and it seemed like Ayin, like it had the Ayin, the appearance of a bull.
It seemed like Ayim, and what I thought was what looked as unto a bull, what Ayim as unto a bull, and the color thereof,
the Ayin
thereof,
of it.
That's how you use it.
Now, if this thing was pleasing looking, that would be Ayin as well.
It was pleasing as well. So, and it was Ayin unto my eyes, and it made me happy.
Yeah. So that's one really cool thing about ancient Hebrew, is that the words in the Bible are repeated so often, and they're used in so many different ways that you don't need to learn a bunch of vocabulary. Like once you learn Ayin, you know 500 words in the Bible already.
I turned and I saw Ayim, my dog Lucky, which looked cute, Ayim, and she has her color is as unto a
saddle or something.
A saddle and
something.
onyx. Ayim, like saddle
Ayim,
and onyx. Yeah. That's how you would use this word.
Yeah.
And learning Paleo Hebrew, you realize they talk different.
Yeah.
But don't worry, you'll get it. It's quite easy to learn once you start.
It's a lot simpler than English to me.
Yes, very simple. Plus, it's from Father, so we're motivated.
Yeah. Im. Ayin mem.
Okay.
It means with.
Okay.
So, how would you say with me in Hebrew? How do you make a word mine in Hebrew?
You add a yod at the end of the word.
That's excellent. Okay. Okay, so that becomes the word me, with me.
With me. Okay.
How would you say with you? How do you make something yours in Hebrew?
You add a cough at the end.
Excellent. Okay, so that becomes imecha,
Imeha. Okay.
with you.
Oh, okay.
So imi, with me, imecha, with you.
Imi and imeha.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one new one I'm going to show you,
Okay.
which is with us.
With us. Okay.
If you want to make it ours, in Hebrew, you add nu at the end.
Noon.
Nu.
Oh,
yeah, the
nu.
noon
The noon. Okay.
and a vav for the
okay,
u sound.
both. Okay.
Okay, so that's our word im, with.
Okay.
And then if we want to make it with us, it's im anu.
Im anu.
The word anu just means us, so you can add the new part to any word, and it becomes us or our.
Okay.
So, im anu, with us.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Now,
Anu.
I told you I wouldn't ask you any pop quiz questions, but here we go.
Okay.
How would you say God with us? How do you say God?
El.
Okay. So
El Anu.
Im, Anu, El. Now say that 3 times fast.
Im Anu El. Im Anu El. Im Anu El. Emmanuel!
Emmanuel. God with us.
Okay. I like that.
The letter Ayin appears in many Hebrew words that are related to time. This makes sense since the movement of time is something we can all observe. The word for time itself is et, Ayin Tav. There's also forever, now, week, and appointment. What we call the feasts of the Lord in English is actually the Lord's appointed times in Hebrew. The word for appointed time is moed. Moed is the singular form of the word. If you have many appointed times, then the word is moedim. Last time around, we talked about the Feast of Tabernacles, which is one of YHVH's moedim. Today, we're going to take a look at Yom Teruah, which you may know as the Feast of Trumpets. The reason for this feast is largely unknown, but the picture becomes clearer when you look at it in Hebrew.
Resh. Vav.
This is Ruah, the root word for Teruah. The letters are Resh, Vav, and Ayin. Resh is a picture of a man's head. Vav is a peg used to join the curtains to the pillars of the tabernacle, and it means and there's the Ayin. This word Ruah means to shout, to sound an alarm, to make a battle cry. Teruah is the sound itself, the sound of an alarm and of a shout and of a battle cry. Teruah is an extremely loud sound that when you hear it, you will turn your head, Resh, and Vav, pay attention, Ayin. And when Father hears it, he turns his attention to you. In the wilderness, Father instructed Moses to make 2 silver trumpets to make the sound of Teruah. Those trumpets had other uses, but when they made the sound of Teruah, it was for 2 specific occasions. It's written that the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Make 2 silver trumpets. Of hammered work you shall make them, and you shall use them for summoning the congregation and for breaking camp. And when both are blown, all the congregation shall gather themselves to you at the entrance of the tent of meeting. But if they blow only one, then the chiefs, the heads of the tribes of Israel, shall gather themselves to you. When you blow a teruah, the camps that are on the east side shall set out. And when you blow a teruah the second time, the camps that are on the south side shall set out. A teruah is to be blown whenever they are to set out. And when the assembly is to be gathered together, you shall blow a long blast, but you shall not ruah. And the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall blow the trumpets. The trumpet shall be to you for a perpetual statute throughout your generations. And when you go to war in your land against the adversary who oppresses you, then you shall ruah with the trumpets, that you may be remembered before the Lord your God, and you shall be saved from your enemies." So teruah is a sound that when the people heard it, they knew he was telling them it was time to move camp. And in battle, teruah is a sound he wants his people to make so he can hear them and remember them and save them. We make this sound as a call for the salvation that he has already promised, as a call for Yeshua. Once a year we are to remember this because there's a future day of Teruah that is yet to come, when Yeshua tells those who are with him it's time to move, and the armies of heaven follow him to this earth. And in that same day he gathers all nations to battle in a time of war from which we will be saved. After this Yom Teruah, which is to come, he will reign as king here on earth forever.